following podcast is recorded and produced by the Podcast Precinct in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com. The Podcast Precinct. Consistency, creativity, culture.
The Nostalgia Funhouse proudly dedicates all episodes in the loving memory of Connie Chirac. So, Johnny, I've been hearing really great things about this Nostalgia Funhouse. It just brings back so many great memories.
Andrew, the only reason I'm moving in line with you here is that you really vouched for this show. So I'm just going to believe you that this is the show that I've been wanting, which is just talking about all the fun stuff from our yesteryear and the years before. And I really hate anything meta, so I'm glad that what we're doing right now is not that.
Oh, no, definitely. What is meta? Isn't that Ron Artesta's new name?
Well, add world and peace to it, sure.
Yeah, but this is great. They last year they were tearing play sets and Halloween costumes.
Well, that sounds cool.
They get these weird court recordings from pop culture courts.
Does anybody care about court cases?
These ones are kind of cool. They put Scott Kelvin on trial. Poor old Santa Claus there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, man. You know what's the best part about this is, though? Is I hear they always got a really great sponsor. You can check it out right there.
I have no idea.
No idea. Sometimes the hardest part of Christmas is figuring out what to get for everyone.
And Mary. Absolutely no idea.
Well, the JCPenney Christmas catalog has thousands of great gift ideas. Gifts that can be delivered anywhere in the U.S. within 3 days. Hassle-free returns, too. So come into any JCPenney store today and pick up a catalog for only $3 and get a $5 certificate in return.
What a great idea.
JCPenney.
Hello, welcome to the Nostalgia Happy Holidays house. I am Johnny. He's Andrew. Will decided that we couldn't get rid of him, and he showed up again. Hey, Will.
Forever. I'm here forever.
We can't get rid of him.
Just like
I
the
actually just
Ninja
sleep
Turtle
here now.
92 line.
I told him there's no room at the inn, and he was like Mary before him. He found a way to have that child, and he's here. And I asked him how he got pregnant. He was like, Jesus.
You saw Junior, just
I
like Arnold
was going
did
to
it.
say, was it a junior?
And we got Andrew, I decided that this episode needed more. We couldn't just do us three. We needed to bring in a big gun. What do you think?
Yeah, Bennett Johnson. Hell yeah, bring him in.
I don't know who that is. The big gun I'm speaking of is who's Bennett Johnson?
The best Johnson from the Johnson family there is.
Oh, that when you say a name I don't recognize off the bat, I'm assuming some football player from 1973.
No, the Biscuit.
You're talking
He's the
about
Master
the best
Blaster.
He's
He's got
about-
the mind of a child.
Yeah,
the little Bennett. Yeah. He's the
He's
biggest
the
of all of
master
us.
to Matt's blast.
Yeah. Johnny just reminded me why I haven't podcasted with him in a long time. He forgot the name of my child. Or was that a gimmick? A Monday detail like a child. That's fine.
I am famously known for my great memory, so
Unless it involves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yeah, I'll remember that all day long. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
Your
But-
problem, you should have named your child Donatello. He would have been A-okay.
I tried. I said, Matt, I know you're having a child, and here's some names I suggest. And it's just 4 names. You'll never guess the 4.
What about
Yes.
Muckman?
One of them was Mutagen Man. And it did not go for it. But we're here. We're joined by Matt Johnson, the great podfather himself, who doesn't really do pods anymore, but we convinced him to come out of retirement, fellas.
Yeah. What's up, fellas? Good to be back. It's been a while since I've been on the Funhouse. Long while, actually. I think the last time we did it was that. I think it might have been that Arnold Schwarzenegger courtroom episode, which is a couple winters ago.
Yeah.
So
times.
it's been a long time, but yeah, I've been getting the itch. Now I'm off of work now, family leave, so I'm off for the rest of the year, which is wonderful. And I was like, you know what? I really want to get on this show. Too much sports stuff in my life. Football, I just hate more every week. So I got to get some nostalgia out of my system. And I was like, we got to do something fun.
Yeah. So I'm going to let you and Andrew tell us what we're doing today because I'm still trying to understand it.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, listeners of the Nostalgia Funhouse, I reached out to Andrew and I said, "Oh, Andrew and Johnny. I guess I'll include Johnny too."
Wait. Somebody forgot somebody.
Yeah. Does it feel so good? Does it?
It feels awful.
He went to meet Johnny because he knew who books the episode. We've already gone through this. Johnny's the talent. I'm the producer.
He does have the name recognition.
Yeah.
But no, I reached out and I go, you know what? I want to
have
do something. I want to do something catalog related because around this time of year, I get super nostalgic. I think a lot of people do when it comes to the holiday season. Me just being at home, I'll put on YouTube and look up 80s and 90s and even early 2000s Christmas commercials, toys, movies, just random stuff. There's a lot of fun to be had with it. Yeah, I know Bennett. He's going to be chatting a little bit today, but yeah, I just wanted to look up some old catalogs. I enjoy looking at old magazines and stuff like this, just for the sake of just nostalgia's sake, and see one, just some of the cool stuff that they had back then that they'll never have again, and two, some of these prices. It's crazy. Now, I didn't whip out my inflation calculator or anything, but my oh my,
I was waiting.
Stuff was expensive.
Now I tuned out from that a little bit, and
I gotta be honest. Sometimes I look at old catalogs, and I'm surprised sometimes when I see like an action figure going for like $5.99 or $6.99, and I'm like, that's a lot of money for back then. Yeah. Like that's kind of crazy. Like I thought toys were like $3 to $4 to $5, and then I quickly realized that as a child I had very little money, and my parents would spot me the difference, if you will.
Yeah.
So I think they were just trying to give me an attaboy. Like, yeah, sure, you could buy this.
Yeah, you almost have enough.
Yeah, almost there.
You've almost done it.
Yeah.
I had to do so much for like the $5. Like I remember. Oh,
yeah, I had to like.
It was like
and rake my entire grandmother's lawn.
2 weekends
corner lot.
Oh, ooh,
it's terrible.
2 weekends of cleaning my room was like $5.
Man.
Ugh.
I don't like that. My wife does that where she's like, my kids are like, "Oh, can I have $10? Go clean your room." No, you're supposed to clean your room.
I don't have to do nothing. I'm a kid. I didn't ask for that room. You made me go in that room.
Oh,
That's
don't
true.
do that.
I learned it from you.
It's gonna be funny because in 5 years, Bennett's gonna just remember this conversation that we're having now and be like, "I didn't want my own room," and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and he'll forget my name.
Box and you show him the streets.
He'll forget my name.
And he'll forget my name, and we'll be even, and I'll feel better about myself.
He'll be like, "Why does that weirdo guy keep on calling me the biscuit?"
Yeah.
That I will have to explain to him that's what they called Cornelius Bennett, and I need word recognition or I can't remember people's names.
How come you never have him dressed up like Spider-Man?
Not yet.
No, because he's too busy wearing. No, that was Daryl Talley.
Oh, darn it! Yeah, you're right.
He used to get fined for wearing that stuff.
He was the tally man.
Oh, now we got to deal with the Bills even more now. But who wants to go first with their catalog selection?
All right, here's why I was really confused about this topic. I understood that we're going to be taking a catalog from our childhood and talking about it. But overall, this is an audio medium, this podcast.
I could YouTube it.
And I was trying to think. But, I mean, even if you do YouTube it, most of our audience is audio. And I was trying to think, is it really going to be fun listening to four old men talk about stuff they wish they had gotten into like catalogs from 20 years ago? I struggled with that. And then I was like, heck, it just means I can talk more Ninja Turtles. And Vigia games. I can talk some Vigia games for once on this podcast.
Absolutely, that works. That works. That's cool.
I didn't even see any video games through mine.
Some of them, yeah. You guys
like not the games themselves, but like a lot of the consoles.
I didn't say I did not say old. You didn't let me finish, so I didn't get to say it.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
You're fucking old.
Yeah. See? Yeah, go play your Tiger handhelds.
I will. There's
Because
plenty
I
of them.
had a Game Boy.
Oh, I did find some. I'm sorry, I swore. I forgot this is a children-friendly show.
Well, you
We're a hardcore PG-13.
We're an 80s
Oh.
PG-13.
Oh, okay. All right.
We
sounds
each
good.
get
So-
one F word.
So if there's a boob somewhere involved in this audio thing, that
Oh,
nobody
we
great.
get-
I'm gonna
we
take
get
my
one-
top off.
We get,
Please
we get one
do.
F word and one boob per episode.
All right. Who
Yeah.
can lick their nipples?
Nah, I try.
You know what? I don't.
can't.
I don't see video games, and I'm really disappointed in that.
That's 80. Yeah, that's a tough era.
That's a tough era.
Well, I mean, it's really just Nintendo at that point.
The Sega Master System.
Nobody had that. Will's like, oh, maybe I did. Huh?
I
Did
try.
Johnny have the Sega? Johnny's a hardcore Sega guy, so
I had a Sega Genesis, and I loved that thing. That was my baby.
I really
Sega
like this
Genesis.
website that we're on. Should we shout this out? What we're using as a reference
I
material
don't-
from?
you know what? I don't. It's
I don't have to.
yeah, Christmas Muse something.
Christmas.musetechnical.com.
There you go.
It's really cool. It's got like snowflakes going as you're browsing through the pages, which is really
Yeah,
nice
a bunch of
touch.
people who are just so weak. Picture after picture of all these weaklings, a bunch of snowflakes.
Don't talk about that little kid in the corner there.
Get ever being offended.
So I'll go. I got the 1989 J.C. Penney catalog,
Oh
Every
boy.
boy's wish.
and
J.C. Penney.
the two. My grandmother had a Penny's credit card, so we were always at Penny's. So two things I always went to is even at a young age, I go to the sports section with the sports apparel. Johnny, do you notice the lovely Charlotte Hornets sweatsuit? We need to bring back sweatsuits again.
I don't want to brag, but I definitely had that as a
There
kid,
you go. I love the old caricature t-shirts.
which led to my love of sweatpants for the rest of my life. Is those pair of Hornets sweatpants I had, to the point where it probably became an issue when I wouldn't wear regular pants to school.
Is that Bill Parcells
That is Bill Parcells.
modeling?
Yes.
J.C. Penney's ponied up to have Bill Parcells model.
I think it's one of those things before they understood.
That was John
copyright-
Mulaney.
before they had a
Go
copyright.
back.
This is
back.
him on the sidelines. I don't think.
No, he came into studio
No.
and they.
That guy right there is catching the football. That's John Mulaney, 100%.
I think John Mulaney wasn't even born when this catalog came out.
But look at that guy. That's John Mulaney.
I'm really
He's a time
upset.
traveler.
I'm really upset I didn't have this like net merino jersey with the aqua.
Now those two are definitely in love, right?
Not at the time.
No.
That's
They're-
right. They don't
they're
know it
really
yet,
deep
but they are.
Yeah.
Do you know what's the coolest thing in this thing right
It's
here?
until as old as time.
I like that
Is
jacket.
Is that a Brian Bosworth?
Yes, that's
The
what I was
Boz?
going with right there. For 20 bucks,
Oh,
you can have yourself a Brian Bosworth jersey.
Now, I mean it this time. Who?
You don't know.
I do not
Boz?
know who that is. I do not know. Never heard that. That's
So-
all
Everybody credits Prime Time as being like the first kind of like,
I also meant to say I don't care.
oh, well, you're going to know about the Boz because everybody loves the Boz.
especially
Right.
Stone Cold, greatest
Yes.
action film of all time.
Yep.
Steve Austin?
No, it was before Steve Austin.
It was
That's where
before
Austin got his
Steve
name from. I know everybody says it's because he was having tea with his British wife at the time, but no, he was watching the Boz on TBS the Superstation one Saturday afternoon, and that's how he got the name.
The Boz.
He flew at a training camp on a helicopter.
Yep. He also swindled a bunch of Broncos fans by making shirts that said F the Boz. And the t-shirts were made by the Boz's company, and he made a crap load of money off of it.
He's the original Paul brothers.
Yeah, pretty much. But these were always great too. Is the Matt and I have talked about these before. Is the lovely Hutch football uniforms. Yes, I did have the Dan Marino.
Those helmets did nothing for concussion protocol, by the way.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, I'm
I'd
pretty sure
probably-
if you punched one of those kids in the head, they would go unconscious.
You would actually
immediately.
get more hurt from wearing those. They'd
The
cut
shou-
up the inside of your head.
Do they
The
have any
shoulder
padding
pad-
on the inside?
They
or
had
no?
like it was like a net. It was like it almost looked like a yarmulke type apparatus, and then it had like netting around it. But it wasn't form fitted to the jawline. You'd get like your cheeks all cut up.
Now I'm
That's
looking
the story of
for
my
the,
life.
I'm looking for the Jake DeLome ones. Where
This
are those?
was that's way before. That's way after this. And then the chin strap, that was all this lovely, like weird rubbery plastic that would like suction cup to your chin.
Yeah, it was a one-way ticket to Pimple Town.
But we loved it.
I didn't even see a Panthers football. What's going on here?
Yeah, they weren't in the league yet, there, Johnny.
Yeah.
Then why are we looking at this?
I like. Is that Browns? The Browns up there, or is that?
That's
Nah, I
Packers.
think
So
that's
this
just
is all
generic.
college. I didn't
Oh,
even know they
okay.
had college, and then this is like generic stuff.
Oh, that's Michigan, right? Those are Michigan colors.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. That's what I meant. Notre Dame. Those are Notre Dame colors.
Once again, Johnny needs glasses.
Football.
No. Did you guys ever have this catchback thing? Or was I the only baseball kid in here?
No, baseball was not celebrated in my household.
Okay. So I'm gonna move on for the
I'm a Mennonite, so we didn't subscribe to those. We didn't.
any
We had
hockey
volleyball.
players.
No, hockey was
Oh.
something that we ridiculed the people up north that they did.
Are those bowling balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're talking.
You
My
do
brother-
not buy those for your wife for her birthday. They get very
So-
upset.
That's what I've. That's what I don't know. Marge enjoyed hers.
Oh, yes, you did.
Now we're talking.
Yeah,
Here we
look at this
go.
good stuff.
This is the best stuff right here.
There's some
Not that
turtle-
stuff so much at the bottom of the page.
This
Right,
is
yeah.
horrible.
That
you know what?
new He-Man stuff.
That new He-Man was horrible. I
Yeah.
don't even remember it. And I watched one episode and I was like, this is straight garbage.
You know what? It wasn't terrible that I remember. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Next Mutation. So even Turtles at their worst
That was
Yeah.
is
horrible.
better than He-Man at its worst.
Yeah, they added a girl.
Yeah. look at
This
that.
probably would have been my favorite page.
I also love this page too. With the Ghostbusters toys. Yeah.
So what year is this? Is this 80, 89?
This is 89. So I
Okay.
had the Proton Pack, which also came with the EKG meter. I had the trap. I didn't have this because I thought it was no wait. I did have this because I would take this out and put it with the Proton Pack because I hated the pool noodle that came with the Proton Pack. I think
Oh.
I got this.
I was never really into the role-playing stuff. For me,
I
it was figures or bust.
I was for the Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters, I was all in for the role playing.
Did you have other friends that would help you bust and then feel good?
I'm still in for the role playing ladies. Wink, wink.
No, but I did
ladies.
have a friend that had a Proton Pack, and we'd run
You
around.
guys really didn't role play very much. Like me and Trevor and Derek were always Ninja Turtles.
No, but we would role play, but it would just be like wrestling or
Oh, we would
it
do
would
that
just
too.
be
yeah.
like fighting. That was
Oh,
like
that's what Ninja
we
Turtles
didn't
do,
need
they
any
fight.
toys for that.
We did a lot of shooting each other.
And then
I
I said
got
with
to
turtles,
be-
you could just get sticks.
And then I was
those
a
are your weapons.
Velociraptor for a long time.
Here's the Batcave.
I was a great Velociraptor. I don't want to brag, but that was a really good Velociraptor.
So that's interesting because that's before we've all seen the video of the Batcave that survived many
Yes.
toy lines. So this
Yeah.
predates that Batcave. That looks
So-
interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that Batcave.
Really?
It looks like
just
an
to let
actual
everybody,
cave.
just to let everybody listening know, there's a certain toy playset Batcave that literally went through so many versions of Batman action figures. Like it's the
And
same
toy
one.
lines. It went from Kenner
Yeah.
to Toy Biz.
They would just
back to
they would
Kenner.
just make small little changes and say, "Here you go. Here's a brand new playset."
It started with the '89 Batman film.
The Penguins did too.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I had this lovely Batcave.
What's
I
that
like how
helicopter doing?
Bob the Goon is being highlighted here.
Bob
You
the
gotta have
Goon
Bob the Goon.
is underrated. I have no idea what expanders are.
I don't either. It's like they used to be pandas, but they're not anymore.
I thought it was people that were once pandered to, but now nobody cares.
Yeah.
Snowflakes.
Here's some Joe stuff, even though it's not the good Joe stuff. But there's Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, you gotta have the slaughter.
I don't. I think this airplane shot out of this cannon.
It looks almost like the X-Men jet
Yeah, it does.
in the
That's-
shape, not with the colors, obviously.
Yeah, it looks like a mix between the X-Jet and the Fantastic Car.
This is
Yeah, yes.
the
it
greatest toy
does.
line ever made. Right here is GI Joe.
Easy now.
Yeah.
They just piggybacked off of Star Wars. Let's be honest.
Have you ever heard of a little thing called a Play-Doh? You can make what
I
you
think
want.
I think Wooly Willy is highly underrated.
You heard of Night Brights?
Okay, do you remember Ring Raiders?
Is that? Yeah, I
I
did
had
not
a
care
couple
for
of
Ring
these.
Raiders.
I think I had that once, and the doctor had to give me some medicine.
Where you just like put them on your like you wear these airplanes as rings and you just fly around.
I feel like that's kind of sad because then you're just running around your house with your hand extended, just making airplane noises. It's kind
Man, I
of
do-
kind of sad, lonesome kid.
It's
And, that
the
for me,
80s.
and that's just a Wednesday for me.
Ah, Micro Machines.
Now we're talking. All right, I was a big Micro Machines guy. I loved Micro Machines.
I don't know why I love that carrying case so much.
Which
I
one?
know it's just the yellow one.
That yellow
yeah,
one.
that
I
is
don't know
neat.
why.
That thing's iconic to me as well.
We need to
I-
bring. They got to bring back carrying cases.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kids
they
don't have
don't make
anything
them
to
anymore.
carry unless
Micro
it's their phone.
Machines.
That's true. Yeah, they got
don't
they got
care about anything.
backpacks.
I always
It's
love
so
the
sad.
commercials. Micro
You
Machines.
never see
where
kids
are they
with
going
toys
to
anymore
take
out in
you?
public.
To space. And then I got to talk really fast.
No, they're all iPad kids. There it is. That's the Micro Machine that I wanted.
There we go. There we go.
Was the
I
big
got
old
very
sibling.
jealous one year when Trevor and Derek got one of those Hot Wheel tracks that had the loopy loops in it, and I was like, "Oh, this is the coolest thing that's ever been made."
Oh, this is stupid stuff. Nobody wants to play with farm toys.
What? There we go. Now we're talking. There's like a construction play set.
We got
Wait, did you just say that nobody wants to play with farm toys?
I never
Yeah,
wanted.
nobody
to.
really wants to play with farm toys.
You just angered a very big demographic,
They
Yeah,
don't
that
have
are near
computers
me.
out in the Dakotas, Matt.
and they like barbecue.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by cow fields down here.
So am I, Johnny. So am I. Well, we eat it because my kids get mad at me because I'll drive by some
So
cat
did Weird Al.
and I go, I wonder if I'm going to eat you in the next couple of years.
Eat it, eat it.
Oh, I don't even
Now,
wait
these
that
are-
long. I
these
look
are the
for the
play
youngins
sets-
that are tied up in the cages. I eat those ones.
Oh, you like the veal?
Yeah,
I
that's sweet.
always loved those Hot Wheels play sets too. I was very jealous of the kids that had those.
Did anybody really like Christmas trains?
I did.
You know what? I have to say, I did get one year, and I loved it watching it go around in a circle. And then one day, a couple of days after, it didn't go around anymore. It just stopped. And I remember being so frustrated that I put my head on the ground and went back and forth. It was a rug. I gave myself a big ass brush burn on my forehead. I was so upset. I was like, "Oh, it's not working," and it just brush burn everywhere. They're like, "What'd you do?" Yeah, I have a lot of funny stories like that, guys.
$40.
I was
That's
the
a-
type of kid that when
that's a
his
lot of
toy
money.
stopped working, I would break it and then get mad that it was broken.
I mean, we've all been there, right?
I ate a lot of my brother's Star Wars weapons.
You ate them?
Yeah.
Man, that's interesting. They never came
I,
out the back end, huh?
Oh, they did. And
Oh,
my
okay.
brother wanted my mother to dig for them, and she told him no.
I'm surprised you didn't make you dig for them.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
No, I was like 2-3 years old.
I was the type of kid.
I would have
who,
dug through them. They
my
were my
mom was
toys.
like, when I was acting up, mom was like, "Well, you're going to bed without any barbecue," and it was a really sad.
And you're not going to listen to Reba either.
Yeah, no Reba for you.
We gotta
But
find
mom,
Matt.
I want
Like,
to hear. Mom, I want to hear fancy.
we gotta
No,
find Matt like a night bear for Bennett that just sings Reba.
I
oh,
want that.
he would be so lucky.
Now, this is when life got really depressing when I found out Tonka trucks weren't made out of metal anymore.
I was never big into these.
What are they made out of now? Plastic.
Yeah.
That is a bummer.
You can't kill a person with a Tonka truck anymore.
Yeah, what sadness? I get you. Snowflakes, man, to ruin everything.
This is
See,
the-
that kid it looks happy because his parents let him have that set up for like a day. And then
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, that's taking up too much real estate in the house. Take it down. And then he
Look.
never got it back together again the right way.
Yep.
And it was a waste of a Christmas gift. He
It's
got like
so
3
cool right
hours
there.
out of that.
The
Thanks,
one time you
Will.
were able to set it up is really cool, but then you're like realize how long it takes you to set it up and how much space it takes.
And all the little pieces that you're gonna lose.
Yep.
Thanks, Will, for reminding me about my slot car track as a kid.
Yep. Oh, we've all been there.
Yeah. Also, this is where those Rock Band and Guitar Hero games came from.
I think I wanted this guitar, but I didn't get it.
I like the keytar up there. That's what I'm jealous of.
It's the
Oh, that's cool.
At least that is those kind of instruments, you would actually maybe learn a little bit how to play music, unlike Guitar Hero.
That's the only way I could play music, Will.
Oh, okay. But if you just took the time,
What?
oh my goodness, rhythm rods.
that sounds not like it looks like.
They are for
Again, ladies, I'm into role play.
like air drumming. Like
Who
you-
wants like okay, I could see like that toy piano,
like,
but not that toy piano. Like what kid wants that? I want to be the old time saloon piano player when we play Cowboys and Indians.
Who's gonna walk into the saloon tonight, boys?
Play him out, Sam.
My brother and I had one of those. My grandma gave it to me.
I feel
Hello,
like there would
Mahoney.
always be
Hello,
that.
my darling.
All right, now we're just. Where's their Halloween costume in the Christmas?
Who says they're for Halloween? That's for role playing.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to be a sexy witch Christmas Eve?
That,
Doesn't
look at
wanna
that
be
Pee Wee
Pee Wee
Herman
Herman.
suit. That
That
was
is
awesome.
terrifying.
That Pee Wee Herman's the scariest one I've seen.
they could make that
God.
like a new horror movie.
It reminds me of the Winnie the Pooh, like blood and honey, like that kind of
Yeah.
costume.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like I would pay to see
Oh,
that.
I hated these PVC dinosaurs. You could kill someone with them though,
Do you want
especially the
the,
Stegosaurus ones.
Oh,
do you
yeah,
want
their tails were pointy.
what about the Marvel comic book collecting kit?
Why do you need a
I
kit for
seen that in one. I seen that in one of mine, and I was very confused about why you need a collecting kit. Like, what does it do? Does it got like it's just a box?
It's a box that you put your comics in. I remember my
Ah.
dad had a box full of them.
Okay.
Oh, so it's just like we have those as adults now. They're just like big long white boxes.
Yeah, they're just not as cool looking.
They do make
that
them
looks
now
way
with
cooler.
designs on them.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Anybody want to do some coin collecting? I'm about.
That reminds me, this
Is this-
well still on topic. Will, I need you to message me later some suggestions for kids Ninja Turtle comics, like for
Did
5-year-olds.
Did anybody
okay.
do the magic tricks or anything?
I had a magic hat once with the bunny thing, and I got it for like my birthday because we had a magician come to my birthday one time, and I got it, and yeah, that's about it.
Did you have Charlie the Chimp,
No,
or was he kind of? See, this is my generation here. Oh, we're not going to buy you a figure, but you could paint it.
They still have that now. They did that recently with Funko Pops.
Did they
Paint your own
really?
Funko Pop. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right, they did.
I have a Funko Pop you're supposed to paint, but I won't do it. I won't take it out of its package.
Oh, take it out. Let it breathe, Johnny.
No,
Johnny would be so upset with me. I let everything pretty much breathe.
no, I don't care if you do. Trevor does. He breathes everything. Don't matter to me.
Light bright. That's the Staples 80s.
You know, I have a toy that I still play with on a regular basis, and whenever I take it out to breathe, I always get hollered at.
What's it called?
The penis.
Oh,
So
that's
The-
not very original.
this woodworking set. This is what I had as a kid.
That's what Will's talking about.
Yeah.
Woodwork.
It's all. And
I
these
whittle
are
away at it.
these are all real tools. So like I had like a handsaw at
Mine's a real tool.
age of like 7 years old.
I've been
I've had
called a
mine
tool.
since before I was 7.
I've listened to Tool.
They're a horrible band.
I saw what that guy was doing on that cover.
You take that back.
They're a horrible band.
Those are
they're-
Rector sets, speaking of which.
No, but I remember I think in kindergarten we had these things and
Can't believe
We
you
got in
called-
trouble because we were pretending they were lightsabers.
I can't believe you called Tool a horrible band. They're a great band. Don't ask me to name any of their songs.
Look at how basic Lego is back then.
I know. They didn't really get into licensing to what? Star Wars was like their first big
Yeah,
license.
99
Yeah, Star Wars literally saved them. They were like on the brink of going
bankruptcy.
away. Yeah.
Star Wars and good old
Not
Harry.
right away though. It was not till like 2005.
I like how
they
that
really
said-
turned around.
It said basic on it. Like, oh, look how basic Lego used to be. It said basic on the box set.
Yeah,
But look how cool
That was
they
a selling
are.
point.
Look at those boats. Their
pirate
ships
ships
look
are
awesome.
great. I love those old night castles. When you could
this
just
is-
buy like a bin of just Lego parts.
Yeah.
Can't you just still
Yeah.
do it?
Yeah, but it's
Uh,
like $300.
I haven't seen like an old school classic Lego bin in a long time.
This is what
Yeah.
upsets me the most is the board game section has like gone away so much.
Now it's only like adults that play board games. Kids don't play board games.
You know, I seen this too. Everything, like every board game has got like a, I kind of hate it. It's like they got like a weird like sexual undertone now.
Yeah.
Like it's like I kind of hate, like I hate that it's come to that. Like, oh, it's like a card game and it's got to be sexy and stuff. It's like, damn, can't we just play for fun? Can't we just play Operation without a bunch of weird stuff inside of them? Can it just be like you know what I mean?
Lenny
Yeah,
Wicks! Not
what's
Lenny
this guy?
Wicks!
I hate how everything is Monopoly. Like you can't just have like a board game. It's got to be like Monopoly of something. You can't
So
just
just
have
like
Mario
Monopoly
board
has
game.
become a monopoly of the board game system.
Damn, they got us.
Yeah.
I think
There
if
is a-
I don't say this, Trevor will disown me as a friend. They're actually really great board games if you search for them, but they're
Yeah.
just not like made by Hasbro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
there's no more like Parker Brothers or anything like that anymore.
No.
Well, Parker
yeah.
Brothers, like they all got bought out by the bigger companies, I think.
Damn Hasbro.
And Hasbro's doing all that, just ruining stuff.
Oh,
left
I
and right.
remember
Well,
that turtle game. That game
there's-
was awesome.
Yeah, that
You
game
have that?
ruled. Will, did you have the Rose Art Ninja Turtle game?
Which one was that? I'll have to look it up.
It's a really cheap one, but we loved it. We played the crap out of that thing. Had like a little spinner wheel you had to hit. Look it up. You'll be glad I told you about it.
Yes, right here. I always wanted these. The Nerf fencing swords.
Oh, that's
Oh,
dope.
yeah.
It looked like
Yeah.
Lego lightsabers.
I want that golf course. Look at that. It was like putt putt on crack for a kid.
I had this. Oh my goodness. That's a memory. This is some baseball game that we used to play when we were bored. You know, instead of the gray box, this is what we would play, and it had like a spinner, and you would move around the field. And you could keep stats, and now everything just keeps it for you.
Man, that suggestion, Johnny, sent me down a rabbit hole. It showed me the card game I used to have, the board game I used to have, the puzzles I used to have.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Who had Crossfire?
No
Did
one.
anybody
No.
have Crossfire?
I don't know if anybody had it, but I definitely remember that commercial.
They aired that commercial.
Best commercial
incessantly.
ever.
Crossfire.
And Fireball Island, I always wanted to play that.
Oh man, yeah. Fireball Island. They actually did a reissue of that recently, and it's pretty sweet looking.
What else we got?
Yeah, they are kind of remaking some of those old games. Like I bought 13 Dead End Drive recently, and that's a great game.
My kids love that game.
I always kill the damn cat.
Look how crude Nerf guns were. Just
look
oh, the kid trying to lift the weight.
Look at a little kid. I had one of those little bouncing red balls.
Little
you can sit
hippity
on.
hops. Very nice.
Yeah. That
I
kid
like
looked
how
really
it's right
bored, though.
underneath like a weightlifting bench. Like,
Yeah.
that's a toy too.
It's definitely
Maybe I
not the
have
Hulk
terrible
Hogan one
lifting
either.
technique. Take it from a person who does this for a profession. That is awful technique.
That kid also needs to work out more. Look at those noodles.
You know what though? You don't see stuff like that anymore though. Like that's like
No.
they always like mention like the girls with the baby dolls teaching them to have kids really young. It's like
They've given up on society being healthy as a whole.
yeah, that's true. It is a cool like concept
It's not-
though.
We're fighting over if we should put fluoride in our water.
He's
We don't have time for this.
not lying. The walkie-talkie.
Yes.
That
What kid
is-
did not want a walkie-talkie?
I always wanted this GI Joe one because it had like the base station, and then like the regular one, so you could like be at the base.
Did Snowjob respond?
Yeah, he did.
Because that's what I talked to.
Those baseball cards.
Who remembers the huddles?
I don't.
I don't.
Oh my goodness, my mother used to read us the huddles every night. When
Were those produced by the same people that made the Hummels?
Ooh.
If so, that's
Could
genius.
be. I don't know, but I just remember
They look Huddle-like or Hummel-like.
they would just have like names that made no sense. Like this would like that's like Benny Bangle.
That makes sense.
It's
Alliteration,
like,
man.
but it's
Yeah.
like Jetty Jet.
Yeah.
Like
You gotta alliterate.
Yeah.
PD Panther? Where's PD Panther?
holy, see this Jose Canseco book? Here we go, Johnny. Say the joke.
Did you pay money for that?
Yes. Well, no, I didn't, but my father did, and I had this Jose Canseco book growing up.
Please tell me you didn't pay money for that.
He did. He just said he did.
That's where I kept my Jose Canseco cards. See, you don't see this anymore. Like cards, these are all worthless now. But
No, you see them but it's all like they're so adults have ruined the thing, the card.
Yeah.
community.
Yeah. As much as we like all this old stuff, can we all agree that we've ruined this kind of stuff for future generations?
Yeah.
Wait, how do we
let
just
it go?
Just about trading cards, like they're so expensive now. Like kids they can't even get into it anymore.
well, you got to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good ones that are worth money. Yeah, you can't find a good one at like a $20 pack at Walmart or something.
But
I
the
mean,
fact that pack is $20 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
yeah, well, more of a box set more so, but yeah, it isn't. It is insane.
But like just
It
one
is
pack of
insane.
cards is like $10 now.
I'm not even going to tell you what I used to pay for a pack of cards.
I would steal them.
One of our friends that used to use the
There we
studio.
go.
I stole a pack once from Tops downtown.
It was my favorite. My favorite card was the 1993 Upper Deck NFL. That was a sweet.
It was a good
set.
year. That's a good year.
Yeah.
I had a
93
lot
was a
of-
good year for a lot of stuff.
I had a lot of NBA cards from different years growing
This-
up as a kid.
This what is it called? I don't even know what it's called. Video Master, whatever. This is actually technically my first video game console because you put in the thing into the VCR.
Oh, you mentioned
It's
this
like
before.
my second. Oh, okay, it's my second. I had an Atari before this, and then you would like pick.
You
which
got
one.
it backwards, didn't you?
Yeah, I think somebody in my family bought it for me, and they thought I was still younger. Oh, here we go. Here's video games.
Did you have a learning disability growing up, Andrew?
I think I did, but my mother, like later on in life, she told
It's
me
okay.
that
I
they
have one
thought
now.
that I had
so it's okay.
Yeah, it's not
that
nothing.
they thought I had
cast shade at.
that the teacher talked to her one time and thought I had ADHD with dyslexia, and I said, "Mom, how come you didn't like put me in like a special thing?" She said, "You're fine. You grew out of it." So
You always just grew out of dyslexia. You just grew out of it.
that was her thing for it. Here's
You
some
used to
Tiger.
turn your words backwards.
Could you believe this? For $20 for a Tiger handheld.
Yeah.
That's
Always.
yeah, that's crazy. That's like when I see how much old VHS tapes used to cost too, like $60 a movie.
Well,
yeah.
that was because they weren't as mass produced. And
True,
yeah,
but it's like
a different thing.
even still, it's
That's
just
like
not-
when you look at TVs today
Now,
compared to what
here we
they cost like
go.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. The Nintendo section. Here we go.
Some great game. Fuck John Elway's football. See, there's my F word. I
Got
hate
the
that
F-bomb
game.
out. Yeah, none of us can use the F word because Andrew had to take
Matt,
it.
do you hate John Elway because he refused to play for your team?
No, I don't blame him.
okay.
With the current state of the Colts, I don't blame him for
Well, that
doing
was
that
like
30
20
years.
years ago. He
I
could've
know. I
done
still
something.
don't. I still don't.
He
Blame
could have
him.
changed the whole culture. You should hate him more.
I don't think he would have.
I don't
think
have an opinion one way or the other.
that was a horrible game.
Oh wait, no, you're not a baseball guy. You're a basketball guy. Never mind.
Look at that duck hunt. Duck
Oh.
hunt. So I want to enunciate there.
Did you know anybody with a power pad?
Daisy Daisy Duck was not around when he's so he said Duck Hunt.
What is Skater Die going for back then?
Well, Nintendo games were regularly like $60-$70. People don't even remember that, but they were expensive. And RC Pro Am 2 is like one of I think it's the first one, but the second one is worth a lot of money now.
The U-Force, $70 for that. Jeez.
I remember my buddy had that Nintendo arcade
Typewriters.
thing.
Yes.
Oh man.
I'm gonna click out of this one. I'm good. My aunt had an electric typewriter, and it used to be the coolest thing in the world when she would let us borrow it to type up our papers for school.
Oh yeah, I remember those. You didn't have to do the return thing yourself; it did it on its own.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I loved it when you had to erase something because it made like this noise, like chunk, 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 chunk,
Yes.
chunk, chunk, chunk.
But like you could literally, if you looked hard enough, you could still see the imprint of the previous word.
Yep. So my mom used to type everything for me because she would get sick of waiting up for us because I was like, they didn't teach typing back then. So I'd be like,
Yeah.
and then she'd be like, give it to me. All right.
Nice. That was J.C. Penney.
Anybody want to go up next?
Well, I also misunderstood the assignment, so I went with like a year and just a store, kind of. So you got to go with the Toys R Us, right?
I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Andrew just having to put up with Will and I try to do the assignment. We never do it right.
So I was gonna go 91. 91 Toys R Us. Basically, I kind of did with Johnny. Like, I looked at what toys came out around that year. And you still have Ninja Turtles going strong. Technodrome was crushing the airwaves at that point, right? Just absolutely demolishing it. The Technodrome was one of the top 10 gifts that year. You had the Bucky O'Hare line, which is a super underrated toy line.
Great toy line.
Underrated video game, too, by the way.
You have one of the best Steven Spielberg masterpieces of all time, Jurassic Park and Suck a Lemon, to the wonderful thing that is Hook.
Are you those toys were out at that time? Thud Butt?
Rufio.
They did.
Rufio.
They did release Thud Butt, but he is like, I think it was like a Canadian exclusive. Speaking of Canadian exclusives, there was another film at the time that was just tearing it up called Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
And I love that toy line because to me, that's how I could get my street level thugs from the Turtles cartoon that they had never made. But you could never get the blank because she was only up. I'm sorry, they were only up in Canada. I didn't want to spoil that movie for anybody by using pronouns improperly.
Wasn't it Madonna? Because that's where
Johnny.
They had to pull them off. They had to pull them off the shelf for that.
Well, she's a virgin.
Well,
for the very first time.
Yeah.
She's a material girl.
Yeah.
You know, she knows that Papa doesn't preach, especially when she's in trouble.
I know all about her.
But even the games at the time, that's when like Game Boy was starting to hit, and Game Gear. And I was all about the handheld because my parents were not going to get me a home system because I was too fat, and they thought I'd just stay inside all day. Which, like I probably would have, because I was also already all against role-playing games. We weren't doing that. Went around trying to bust and feel good at the same time.
You didn't run around the neighborhood with your friends and play war and...
No, we would just go into the woods and just beat up each other and like just destroy things. So I guess that was our way of doing construction. We were just the demolition team going in there. I was Axe. My buddy was Smash. Whoever was around was Crush.
See that price?
And Crush left us for some, lawyer who was all about,
That hurt me so much when they brought in Crush. No, when they brought in Crush to demolition, that like really pissed me off.
Oh, he's a Hawaiian Surfer.
$4.99 is what I remember. All the toys I always wanted would cost.
That's about right.
Yeah.
And then 91, you had like the kind of the dying end of the DC superheroes. Batman was hitting strong. Just like just a great year for toys, like a nice little melting pot of everything. You still had GI Joes. Luckily, He-Mans were off the shelves.
Oh,
Nero, you couldn't find a
There you go.
Transformer.
GoBots were just crushing.
80s
Which-
was the greatest generation of toys.
Which, by the way, I just wanted to do a really quick.
Yeah, thank Ronald Reagan for that.
We used to
Parents
do
had
a-
disposable income.
I want to do a really quick nostalgia diss or what do we call this, Andrew? I always get it wrong.
Nostalgia fix cash grab disc.
There we go. Yeah, for Transformers 1, the animated movie, I watched it, and I'm just glad I did because now I know the definitive origin of the Transformers, and I feel like I understand them way more than I ever did before. So it's for sure a win. Highly recommended. I actually did enjoy it. I ain't gonna lie.
It's not.
Did you know that Optimus Prime and Megatron were best friends before they got a falling out?
No, that's one of the.
Yeah, didn't they go to college together? They were in the same fraternity.
They were in the mines together. They were miners, which is probably why I noticed them.
That's part of the actual thing, but because that's what the Quintessons made him for was like.
The Quintessons are in this. Yeah, they're the bad guys. The Quintessons.
Are they like?
Were they quintessential to the plot, or
kind of?
Are. Wasn't they had to go find a Quintesson to
now, what's Cybertron? I'm going to ask you this, Andrew, because you know this more than I do. Cybertron was the planet. Was it originally a Transformer who turned into the planet?
Wait.
Supposedly, yes. I know it was like that in the comics. It was Primus, and then there's the inner core.
Yeah, it was Primus.
Wait, Quinn had a son?
No, it was Primus. And before he turned into a planet, he wrote the theme song to South Park, and then he did that.
I didn't know that Quint had a son. I thought he got eaten by the shark.
He did, but like he was old when he got eaten by the shark. Did you see the guy?
Oh, yeah. How come his son never avenged him like Brody's son?
You've not seen all the Jaws movies then. Jaws 2, The Revenge.
That didn't have Quint's son in it, right? That just had Brody was still in that one. Not Richard Dreyfuss, though. He's too busy catching aliens and making mashed potatoes. Oh, look at that turtle game, front and center.
That's a lot.
That turtle movie, front and center. How much is the movie? $40?
$40.
Wow.
The movie's more than the game.
The movie's $20.
Oh,
there we go. Yeah. That makes more sense.
The game is 40, and then the handheld game.
I had all three of these things.
The Konami.
Yeah, so did I.
I did not own any Tiger handheld games.
We get it. You didn't have a great childhood.
I actually had the game, but didn't have the system. I would take it to my friend's house who had the system to play it.
Yeah.
Just a different time era, kids.
Yeah.
Had to use social skills to get what you want.
My friend used to do that with GoldenEye. He didn't have a Nintendo 64, and he'd come over to my house and go, "Hey, you want to go rent GoldenEye?" And I'm like, "But you don't have a Nintendo 64, and I don't have money." He's like, "Don't worry, I'll pay for it," because he loved to play GoldenEye.
Smart. Did he also look at your side of the screen to find out where you were to kill you?
Yeah, that's allowed.
No, it's not. It's cheating.
Allowed. No,
it is not allowed. I will fight over this.
This could be solved with just a piece of cardboard and like 6 or 7 feet of distance.
Oh God, Andrew, that's why we get along. You're the Trevor. But that's what he would always do when we would play GoldenEye. He would just look at our screen where we were on the screen and just go to us to shoot us because he knew where we were. And I was like, and I would never do that because I have integrity.
The only thing I will not stand for is if you look at my controller for playing Tecmo Bowl or Tecmo Super Bowl.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not.
It is 100%. There's no difference. Will, weigh in on this. Who's right?
Yeah, I believe that. Looking at the other screen is not cool.
You're staring at the screen. Of course, you're going to peek over. But
no, you're just going to look at your screen. You're playing a game. You got to concentrate on your area.
All right.
I never.
Well, I would sometimes, Johnny. What I would do is if I had a friend who would do that, I would try to distract them and then land those little hand mines down.
Oh yeah, smart.
And then stand off in the distance so that when they came to come get me, I'd blow them up and say, "That's what you fucking get." Even if I died with them, that was my one F-bomb.
I would just.
That's what you get.
I would just be odd.
I
Job.
would just karate
any,
chop people.
I like to be any character whose last part of their name is job.
I would just never use a gun. I would just karate chop people.
Yeah. Odd job, snow job, all the jobs.
Speaking of concentrate, who wants to go next?
I can go and get mine out of the way since mine's is just like wheels, basically.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, Matt put.
I
work
got a
in.
bunch.
Let's
Yeah.
have Matt close out
So-
the show.
Yeah.
93 Toys R Us. Go ahead and find it.
Ah,
for us,
that was
please.
Turtles in its prime.
No,
Turtles in its prime.
I was so done with Turtles.
Oh, one more thing that was also big in '91: the MC Hammer Barbie doll, chef's kiss of a toy.
You did not own that.
Yes, I did. I was too legit to quit. And
Oh.
if
Did I
you
hear the
really
words MC Hammer?
see, too legit to quit. I know the hand signal still to this day. Use it as much as I can.
I think I did it for Matt because we did a episode on the Too Legit to Quit Falcons.
Man. All right, so just one of the pages I randomly pulled up here is the Super Nintendo section. Just listen to these games. You got Mario All-Stars, which is like the 3 original Mario games just put on SNES graphics. I love that game.
That Barney
Star
doll.
Fox, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2. I mean, just the murderer's row of great games. Spider-Man, one of the Spider-Man games is here. I mean, just so incredible. Can't go wrong with some VG games from the 90s.
Talk Boy.
Talk Boy.
You don't remember the
Home
Talk
Alone
Boy?
2 was in its heyday at the time. It's tearing up the charts.
All right, Matt. What do you got? Because this was your topic.
Okay, I guess it's my time to shine. So,
I
um,
don't really get a time. Andrew's already heard me talk.
Oh no! Were you done?
I guess so.
Well, 93, Johnny, do me a favor. Could you just name some of the great turtle toys that came out that year?
None.
Fantastic turtle toys that came out in 93. Just some good stuff.
None.
It's literally every one of them. I mean, I could spend hours upon hours.
Oh yeah. Who wants?
I know, yeah. Look at, these are
Half-court.
all the heavy hitters to this day that
Look
people
at
are
these.
clamoring for.
Who wants half court hotspot?
Everyone, these are all.
Me,
You look these up
me.
on the aftermarket, they're huge.
Look
Yeah,
how
because-
expensive they are.
Thousands of dollars.
They're horrible.
Sandstorm, the
All it is
mutations.
mutations. Oh, do you want the caveman one?
Yeah,
They
you
come
saw
with
that, April.
dinosaurs.
Who wants
Look,
Farmer
get a
Mike and the
tractor.
I like how
turtle
you're
tractor?
trashing the fact that turtles came with dinosaurs when Transformers turned into dinosaurs
yeah.
to try to save their line.
Get off your high
This is-
Cybertron over there.
This
Plus,
is
dinosaurs
more-
were all the rage. Jurassic Park came out. They were just
Yeah.
jumping on the bandwagon.
Who
You
wants
gotta.
mutating Shredder into Shredder?
Well, he's got to
Look,
mutate.
that's
to
literally
something.
Shredder mutating.
No, it's a
into
Roku Saki
Yeah.
transforming into Shredders.
Get
Different
it
people.
right.
I know.
You
Who wants
couldn't just.
Winter
It's like saying,
transforming
wait,
into
it's
the
a Peter
party wagon?
Parker that transforms into Spider-Man? That's lame as
Yeah.
hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at this.
Or
Got
Optimus
Road-
Prime transforming into a truck.
Oh, here
Actually,
we
that
go.
was pretty
Because
cool.
Leo
ain't gonna
transforming into a fire truck is
Oh, I'm
next?
sorry he doesn't come with a lab coat to try to sneak into places.
lie.
At least remove your mask before you try and get into places.
Hey, this is 2024.
Yeah,
At
we
least-
got to keep our
Snowflakes.
masks
At
on.
least
COVID's
Masters
back.
of the Universe and Transformers never had a troll line.
I know they missed out. How dumb were they? They could have made more money.
These are all horrible, horrible. Oh, kids, don't worry. You get to play with the news van later.
That news van is like super valuable these days.
Then there's some kid crying somewhere because he didn't get his Don's pizza powered parachute with the Don inside of it because
You're looking at me. I tried to go get
Stole
that
it.
Don's Pizza Power ones, but the turtle somehow was missing. And I didn't even understand why. And I cried and cried.
because Will is a
Little did I know, Will and I go to the same store. He just beat me to it.
carrying around X-Acto knives in his pocket.
Hey, it was a hard not life. I had to get what I needed. I had to get what I needed to get. Upper deck
yeah.
football cards and parachuting Donnie.
You guys remember the Finger Hut catalogs?
Yeah.
We used to get those too, and I used to always go right to the toy sections of those. That's what this reminded me of. And my favorite brochures ever were the Scholastic Book Fair ones. I gotta find out which Garfields they got coming.
$70 for Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the first one, I think. And on that version, you don't get any blood because it's Nintendo.
You get sweat.
I always
I always thought it was just dust.
I always like in those games, if you knew how to do the sweep, you could not be defeated.
I used to do. I bought the TV plug and play, and I just backflipped to the farthest point and just kicked, and it worked.
Oh yeah.
You just keep back flipping and kicking, and it usually works pretty good.
Yep.
Jacoby gets cheap and just picks Scorpion.
Well, get over here.
So bad. Then I make.
I'm done.
I always liked Street Fighter 2 just a little bit better. I was always E Honda. I'd back you up under the screen, and I just keep 1,000 hands slapping you till you're dead.
Yeah, I was a Street Fighter 2 kid too as well.
Yeah.
I was a Street Fighter 2 guy.
I think a lot of that was because of the bad publicity that Mortal Kombat got due to Barbara Walters and Hugh Downs. I hope they are both dead now because of that.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I always based all my opinions on what Barbara Walters told me.
Yeah, it was after TGIF. That's how I formed my worldviews at the time.
Like, hey, should I like Simpsons? Let's see what Barbara Walters tells me.
Hugh, big old Hugh here. He died at the age of 99 in 2020.
Wow, that's impressive.
Wow, that is impressive.
99. Wow.
Right, let's look at Barbara Walters. I think she's still around.
Yeah. She died in 2022 at the age of 93.
I really don't remember that.
I couldn't take Barbara.
There's nobody there to report it for you, Johnny.
I couldn't take Barbara Walters seriously because of DuckTales with Webber Walters.
Yes, Webber Walters. 100% remember Webber Walters. Man.
That's tending to his child. So
yeah, he's doing something back there with this. What's his name? Bennett.
We're just gonna pretend like I think it's Reba.
Your name is Kid Reba? That's smart. I don't remember that.
Or Ribs.
Ribs.
Come here, Brisket.
Make ribs. Yeah.
Come here, Brisket.
All right, now it's
Okay.
Matt's turn.
All right, I'm back.
Done.
All right.
Are you finally?
We all agree that Toys R Us was the place of the 90s.
No, it was good. I had a hard time finding some of the books online for that, but no. So I was looking. So I was born in '91, and the way me and Andrew discussed it, we're gonna try and shoot for fish, and Johnny was there.
Yeah.
Saying,
Johnny was looking at something shiny on the ground.
Look, I don't have great reading.
Look at my search history right here. Do you remember this?
I can read, but comprehending what I've read is not the same thing.
Do you guys remember this? When I looked this up?
Big dick pro wrestlers? What the?
Somebody does not clear their search history.
No, I don't.
So, but anyways,
okay.
We went 5 years. I went 5 years after I was born.
Okay.
So I was looking at 91 and 95, but 95 has a lot of stuff that, it's cool stuff. I probably would have bought. 91 was like looking to a whole new world for me. So let's do 91 Sears.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
91 Sears.
91 Sears off that website. I got the page numbers of some of the stuff that I thought was cool and looking at. There's just some like different stuff that I've never seen before, or I have seen it, and there was no chance I was going to get it. Where the 95 book is a lot of stuff that I ended up getting.
I think it's really funny if Matt just does a 180 and it's just all gonna be like stuff he wants to know as an adult. So it's like
that's 100. And you could look at
toaster oven.
Like I think I don't know if I said it before, but yeah, the Sears book is 802 catalog pages.
Do you guys remember brand names?
Yes.
I loved brand names.
Oh man,
Brand names was home for the holidays.
We used to go there and ride the plastic the tricycles and stuff.
Is that
it's such a
store?
weird concept. It was a store. But you would go and they had a few things there, but they would show you the catalog. And then you could order things through the catalog at the store, and then they'd contact you when it came in.
Yeah.
Or
you went to a store to look at a catalog. It was so weird.
Or you filled out the slip.
Yes.
Put it in the box.
Didn't
and
have those
would
here.
go in the back and then go and get it for you.
Did not have those here.
Amazing.
Well, you didn't have hills because that's where the toys are.
And that's where the guys have been.
All right. So let's start off with page 21. I did like that. There's a couple cool things on here. It's a bubble hockey. They had a bubble, which is crazy because I've seen how expensive
that
those
is
things
cool.
are. And then I'm liking this laser pinball thing they got at the top left corner.
That kid's about to get shot in the head. Look at that. That's a headshot. He's about to get pinged.
He's done. He's done.
Pinball.
But I love bubble hockey.
Yeah, that looks really sweet.
I did like that.
Did Brian put those together?
Yeah, at Ice and not the deportation one, but the one in Clarence, Buffalo, that made board games. He did that for a little while.
That's every
time I'm going, I'm at an art. Yeah, Brian deports people. Every time.
Come on, guys. I can see Brian now. Come on, guys. Can you guys just get in here? Come on.
But every time I'm at an arcade and I see Ice on the logo, I send him a picture. Pages 242 through 248 have a lot of cool NFL apparel, but we've seen a lot of that already.
Yeah, but
I don't know if you
look at more.
We could peek through.
There's
There's it's a lot. It's
this jacket on 245 I had. Where were you at? 242?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
like that's cool. That's a nice outfit. That's not the same stuff, Johnny. I haven't seen that once today.
No, it's a different sweatsuit. I was gonna say this is the one, a sweatsuit from Sears my mom bought that was Dolphins, and then as she was buying it, they said, "Hey, this lady's buying a Dolphin sweatsuit, get her," and then they chased her out of Sears.
Those two kids.
I find
those
it
two
odd
kids.
that a lot of the. I was going to say I find it odd that a lot of the NFL ads are geared toward the Raiders, which at the time was heavily associated with like gangs.
In the late
and they weren't a good team.
Early 90s, they were good.
Yeah.
Early 90s.
Jeff Hosteller was not good.
No, but they went to 90. They went to the AFC Championship game against Buffalo. They got blown out, but they were
50-3.
These two kids in this ad grew up to have like really terrible concussions left and right. I bet.
Why
playing football?
Why?
So
Because
there's
it's football. It's always concussions.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just NFL apparel, so nothing too crazy. Page 438.
Yeah, but
oh, you want to look at this?
you're
Okay,
skipping over, man. Look at these great caricature ones.
Sorry, I got a lot to get through. I don't want to. I don't want to hold anybody up. But we can look.
Oh, I used to love those. The cartoons of like the different mascots for the teams
and the players.
Yeah.
Look at this. Raiders, real men wear black.
That's
I saw Michael Jordan.
I had this Miami Dolphins coat, and it was autographed by Alexander McGillney.
You skipped over Michael Jordan. He had his own character shirt back there.
Why? Because I was like a young kid, and Alexander.
That's like that story from Step Brothers. Why do you have Randy Jackson's signature on a samurai
Jordan
sword?
and Gretzky. That's what I'm talking about.
Who's
down at the bottom? Who's down at the bottom?
Montana.
Who's the top? Is that Howie Long?
No, that's Bo.
No, who's under Montana? I can't read it.
David Robinson.
That's what I'm talking. The Admiral. Yeah,
that's cool.
So was there any other ones you want to look at?
For the football one, not specifically. Let's go to 438. We got some cool sleeping bags.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I remember. Oh,
I had a Toy Story one. I love that thing. We never camped, but I used to, like, if I was at a sleepover, I'd bring it and just go inside of it.
Oh, I want to go to 437 real quick. You said 438. I wanted
that's fine.
That so
Gee,
badly. Sorry.
Oh man, these look so cool.
Here we go. 438.
Yeah, I was really intrigued by the Vanilla Ice one.
You had that.
Look at that New Kids on the Block one.
That's what I'm talking
Look how
about.
horrible their faces look on each one of these.
They're just happy to be there.
Those do look really bad. It looked like those bad, like that bad Dwayne Wade statue. Like, I feel like they just put the sleeping bag together.
Yeah. What kinds of sleeping bags I always wanted as a kid? There was like a Ninja Turtle one, and there was like a Steve Urkel one that I really wanted.
I just watched Steve Urkel in Skeleton Crew.
Oh, I forgot he was going to be in that.
Here you go, George.
Is that real? Whoa.
Yeah,
Is that
Jaleel
real?
White's in it. Yeah.
I'm talking about. All right, this is pretty sweet too. I get a Michael Jordan and an NASCAR.
I had
Sign me up.
What
I had to
quarterback is
mention
that? Is that just some generic football
It's
player?
a generic football player.
Yeah.
What else you got, Matt?
Here we go. 478. Being a big Toy Story fan, I got really excited to see this. Actually, I've never seen one. Yeah, the Play School microphone. I've never seen a real one ever.
Mr. Microphone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
That's cool.
yeah.
Fucking
Yeah, the
robot.
one with the face.
$50. Yeah, I've never seen it like that before. But that's stuff that you don't really see often anymore. But yeah, I love that. So after that one, page 484, I really liked. It was just a Marvel Comics value pack. It was 25 books for $11.99, and they looked like they had some good titles.
Did I miss it?
484.
Or
Oh, maybe it's maybe I got the wrong page.
483, maybe? 480.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, look at the
Oh,
turtle books.
And there's some good titles.
Oh my
turtle
gosh.
books are cool.
I had some of those books. The Turtle
Yeah, those are
books, for
Scholastic Book Fair specials.
I like this whole page, man.
sure. Everything on this page rules.
Yeah, there's some Nintendo stuff on the bottom left there.
Yeah, those are game manuals. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like Nintendo Power, but yeah, they got a lot of comic book compilations. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that page rules.
487 is the next one. I like this. I like this one because there's a Reese's peanut butter cup thing on it. It's spy stuff.
It's not what I thought you said.
It's a secret agent kit. It's a camera. It's a Reese's peanut butter cup camera.
Okay.
I can't tell you how much important it is to enunciate. You have to enunciate.
What did I say?
I just snorted and I don't even know.
That was
Reese's peanut.
That was so quick. Will, that was so fast.
I'm gonna listen
Joey,
back.
jumped
I'm
on
gonna
that quick.
You waste no time.
Oh,
What are
It
the
is pretty cool though.
What do the Pepsi bottles do?
Oh, they're walkie talkies.
What
that
about
is
the?
kind of cool.
Is there a prize in the Cracker Jack box?
Yep.
It says it in the description. Number 5. What it is? I knew the Reese's was the camera.
It's ideal for spying on unsuspecting crooks, felons, brothers, sisters, parents, etc.
I like how those two kids are in camo, but like they're in like Desert Storm camo, so they're clearly in a grassy field.
Yeah.
Great effort, guys, but you misunderstood the assignment.
Don't laugh because sometimes you have to wear certain uniforms like that and then go out into the field.
Oh man,
So
there's
it's-
Andrew making it real.
I'm just saying they learned how to do it at a very young age.
Well, that's like if like going back to
They
GI
sure
Joe.
did.
That's like if you got snow job, you ain't putting them in the jungle.
Uh,
But GI
Well,
Joe
that's
often
the
would
first
do that.
mistake. They won't
Yeah.
be looking for snow job there, so he should go there.
489, Andrew. 489.
It's like that one joke on Family Guy where he's dressed as a clown following the soldiers. He's like, he's gonna be looking for you guys.
All right, some air hockey stuff. I like the quad hockey. I've never seen that
Yeah,
before.
that's
It's like a 4-person.
Always, I mean, what kid did not want their own air hockey table?
I had one and it broke.
I hated my fingertips, so I always wanted air hockey
Yeah,
tables that I could play.
I can't
We
play
ha-
it. It hurts my back now, but I wanted one as a kid.
I
Yeah.
loved it, and then it became a place where my mom put all of her laundry.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Oh, so it had a second life.
So there's that 490. There's a couple like electronic shootout games.
Oh,
There's hockey, and I think I've seen a soccer one. Looks like there's a baseball.
Yeah,
Then at the
baseball.
bottom left, the hockey one's just cool.
I definitely always wanted my own little basketball thing like that. Never got one.
I
Yeah.
hate those things. I had to go buy like 2.5-inch screws to put Jacoby's door back up because he got one of those Nerf basketball hoops and he thinks like he's having the 1992 slam dunk competition every single night in his room. And
Is
he
he deep brown?
pulled away the hinges from like the door jam.
491 electronic
Now it's
bowling.
time to jam.
Yeah, there's like that basketball thing Johnny was
Oh,
talking
that
about.
one's cool.
This is
Yeah, that one rules.
Do
And
you
then
guys
the football
remember
stuff.
there used to be kind of things like these, but they were geared for your notebook? Like it
No.
came with like
Yes.
they had like
Vaguely.
3-ring binders,
Yes.
and you could put them in your binder. And like I remember the one, it was like a coin that you would launch, but it was a quarterback. So you'd put the coin in the guy, and you'd pull back a lever,
Yeah.
and you could shoot it, and there'd be like different slots you could get it in, almost like Plinko style.
Really?
And depending on where you got it would be your score. But on the other end, there was another character that would move side to side as a defender, and you could try to intercept the coin, and then you would take over as quarterback. And then I had a basketball one. It was kind of the same idea with a coin. Like the basketball player would kind of be wedged in, and you would shoot the coin at the basket. They're pretty awesome.
I never heard of that. I have to look it up. I have to look it up. That does sound really fun.
Sounds like an even better trapper keeper.
Yeah, they were great.
This is probably the worst gift my brother and I ever got, where we literally were like, "What? What are we supposed to do with this?"
Oh, was that electronic football?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So yeah, there's that. 502 to like 515 is basically all video game stuff. 502 is like seeing a Game Boy. Which is always pretty cool, and some of the different gadgets,
That's
especially
my
around
carrying
this time.
case.
Like
Yeah?
yours specifically, they took yours.
They took it.
Man, did you know it was missing?
I loved my Game Boy.
Yeah,
This
a
is
lot
what
of
I'm
those
talking
games.
about. Look at this. This is so cool.
What a
A
Game
lot
Boy.
of Game Boy games.
I always thought it was crazy because one time my grandmother watched me because we didn't have school, and she just randomly bought me a Game Boy game. It wasn't like my birthday or anything. And I thought it was the craziest thing possible. Like, you can just randomly buy games.
That is like a big thing, right? If you got something that wasn't on your birthday or for Christmas, it was a big deal.
The Atari Lynx.
Yeah. Game Gear, I have one of those. 506 or something specific that I really like, that Turbo Express. It looks like kind of like, but it has a TV tuner that you could buy on the side. Turbo Vision TV tuner that connects to it, and it makes it like a portable TV.
Oh, that's neat.
I always wanted a portable TV, but
Now we all have one.
I know. Now
Yeah, seriously. We don't have to go through all the video game stuff, but I did want to acknowledge 509 to 511 is Sega Genesis and games. 512 to
Yes.
515 is Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
We've already done Nintendo. Let's give some Sega some love. That's what I'm talking about.
It's so.
Here, look through that. I got to give Bennett some toys. He's up back there playing. Just keep
What can
going
you play
through it.
with?
Get him a Sega game.
I got a pocket
Game
knife.
Gear.
He'll love Sonic the Hedgehog.
I got
Yeah.
a pocket knife. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker is a game I never played as a kid, but is a
Yeah.
very underrated game. I'm sorry. I don't care. Call me what you
That's
want.
awesome.
I love Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
I loved it that Michael Jackson had a Moonwalker game, and Michael Jordan had a game where like he was going through the streets of Chicago and he wasn't necessarily playing basketball, but he was playing basketball.
In the Windy City.
Yeah. That's when they make great games. Did you know Shaq would go and foo stuff?
Wasn't
Sure
this
did.
wasn't this in Three Ninjas? This lovely cart.
No, but the Game
That's an
Gear was
awesome
in
card.
Surf Ninjas.
Oh, we're not talking about this. Johnny. We
Well,
gotta
we
talk-
could
Bring
have
down the
ta-
whole tone with your surf ninjas.
we gotta talk about your movie choices in life.
I also love Three Ninjas. Thank you very much. I saw them all the way up to when Hulk Hogan was up there at the.
I didn't do that one.
See, I saw more than you. So
All right, you guys got through that? What do we
Yeah,
got?
what do you got?
521 is the next one. These are like electronic boats, electric
sweet.
like radio controlled boats. I love the Mini Typhoon 2 in the top right corner.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
but
sweet.
I
Yeah.
love water stuff. Like I love swimming. Like I love hanging out by waterfalls.
No.
And water toys are like the coolest thing to me, especially like these jet boats, because I've never had one, and I've actually don't think I've ever seen one.
Now, do you go
Um,
chasing waterfalls? Because I've heard on good authority that you shouldn't do that.
So, Matt, if
I
I'm
stay by the rivers and lakes that I'm used to.
I vividly remember at Darien Lake, they had these little boats, and you could rent the controls to drive them around Darien
Okay,
Lake.
you're right. You're right. I do remember that. There was a couple little water areas that you could do that. That is
Yeah.
correct.
if I'm not mistaken, the Typhoon, that went on land and water.
I'm pretty sure it did,
Yes,
right?
I
Yeah.
believe it
Yeah,
did.
like this is like an air cushion underneath it, and once you kicked it on, it would lift up, and you could skirt it around on
So it
land.
legit hovered. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I didn't have one of these as a kid because I
Oh.
would have been at the pet store every day buying mice and just getting them killed.
I knocked over a Christmas
You
tree.
saw the worst childhood.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to lighten it up by me just going with something
stealing
more.
stuff, killing animals.
Guess you needed He-Man because he would have gave you a PSA on not to kill animals and steal Ninja Turtles.
Nah, I wouldn't have listened.
Got any other ones?
I had George Bush telling me that I needed more of the Waltons and less of the Simpsons. I chose otherwise.
524.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we're gonna get
look
to
at
that.
stuff.
That is a
Oh.
lot of
534. I just
Oh, why
know.
are we skipping that? Oh, that was a Ninja
This is
Turtle
more important.
basketball set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went, and now you're trying to hold my hand.
Sorry, the racetrack again. Big water guy. That top right corner one. It's a Surfs Up Malibu Rally. There's like a mini waterfall thing that kind of runs through it.
That is cool.
As you can see on the bottom there.
I always wanted the
It's a
night
Splash
Rider.
Mountain.
That is cool.
530 Air Command hovercraft.
Matt loves his remote
Could
control.
work on water though,
It might honestly. I don't.
but you need more power for it
This
to work
one's
on water.
cheaper.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's bigger. I
the
think.
tool
Too.
man.
Is it bigger? What is it?
No, it's
It's
this.
like-
I think is more of like the kiddier version because I think it's actually connected to it. These were the worst to get as a kid, where the cord was connected to it. And you had
Those
Oh.
were so lame. That was
I don't like that
Rite-
anymore.
behind
Rite
it.
Aid, Rite Aid Toys Central. Grandma forgot about you. Got
Yeah,
to
she
pick
stopped
up a
there on the
medicine.
way.
I was mad because they used to do remote control race cars, but then you had the Crash Bandicoot and Super Mario ones, but they always had the cord attached. They were never wireless.
Yeah.
I'm like, how cool would that would have been if you had the wireless one? And just
I had a buddy of mine who got that once, and he thought he was super smart by just cutting the cord. Make it cordless.
Now you can go to 538. 538 and 539 is a bunch of TMNT
genius.
toys.
Now me and Will can enjoy ourselves.
Ah.
Yeah, but it's
I-
right.
This is
there
just a
it
page of. Oh God, this is just a page
Carry
of
case?
amazingness.
The
I
carry.
had that hockey game.
Is it straight up hockey? Is it like bubble hockey? Kind
Yeah,
of?
it's like bubble
Yeah.
hockey with the turtles. I had that. I did not treat it well.
I definitely had the Raphael set where I got the mask and the pads and the size. I definitely had that.
I always wanted that mutant module. I never had it.
Yeah,
Still don't.
Yeah, 539
Same.
can carry
That's
on
awesome.
in.
That is
Same.
cool.
Never
I
got.
had
that.
I had the helicopter though.
I had the party wagon.
That's what Trevor had, and I was very jealous.
So
of
what
it.
year is this? 95?
90. This is 91.
Oh,
91.
91. Okay.
We can look at some 95 stuff if you guys got a minute. There's no turtle stuff, but there's some cool Marvel and Batman.
Well, you called you said no turtle stuff. Not too
sorry.
Look at all this
Galoob
wrestling stuff.
being highlighted. Oh, look at that. King.
Who's with
King
that ring?
Macho.
It's WCW.
Wow.
Yeah.
But right
No,
in
it's
front of the
a
Hasbros.
Somebody flubbed up there.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah,
Reggie.
because there used to be like exclusive. Oh,
Dead Turtle?
this is where I'm into like the X-Men. I'm starting to get out of Ninja Turtles, and it's all about the.
I think I had that Cyclops figure. I think it might light up.
Yeah.
I think the
probably.
eyes light up. I had
They
it. there's
got
like a
yeah, they
lever.
do. They
'Cause
definitely
I
do.
think he had the trigger in the back. and
Yes.
It was like a match.
Yep.
Yep.
because these were the cool danger rooms.
And the Wolverine's claws would come out, right? If I remember right.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
yeah.
like a little like J Hook thing. A Captain Planet
Oh, that's
He's
a
our
good toy
hero.
line.
Swamp Thing.
I know he. Can
Oh,
take
that
Bruce
was
down
that
to
Swamp
zero.
Thing playset. Now I know it's just a Deggable playset repurposed, but it was so cool.
Now I know if Matt was one of the Planeteers, I know he'd be the water guy.
Yes, I
There's
would.
The, there's
Yes,
the
I
little
would.
Bat Cave. I
Big
wanted
ol'
the
heart.
utility belt, but I was a fat kid, so I couldn't have that. There's more repurposing.
Yeah.
Is
Prince
that
of
Endor?
Thieves.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
There's
always
the,
hated any sort of. Belt.
Oh, is it
I'm
the
with-
Kevin Costner Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Gamborian
That's a good
Guard.
movie.
No, it's
Green
not.
Arrow.
I like it. It's
I'm
it's
with
no
that,
Men in
you're right.
Tights,
No.
but Okay, so that's all
Oh,
I got for
nothing's-
91.
Nothing's Men in Tights.
So what do we
Let's
want to
just-
do?
Let's just stop there.
Let's pop by
Five?
95 for a little bit. I'll look past the video game stuff, but there's some really cool. It's 95 Sears.
I
95.
miss Sears. That was a good store.
I miss it when it was in its
Yeah.
like the early 2000s. They had the nice video game sections, and then it just became.
Were you that kid?
tools.
Were you that kid there, Matt? That I was like, why does this kid move so I can play the video games instead of doing work?
Yeah, I did it with Super Mario 64. First time I ever played it and an N64, and I ran around in a circle for a minute. My mom was like, "Get off," so the next person could get on. So that was my first time playing Super Mario 64. 120 to 121. This is Batman Forever / Batman Toys.
All right.
Wow.
I like
Yeah.
that Batmobile.
What is this cycle?
It's Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah. That's Robin.
No, it's just Chris O'Donnell.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not Robin at all. It's just Chris O'Donnell released his own action figure of him on a motorcycle.
It's the Chris O'Donnell action figure.
everybody.
See,
loves
I
those.
hated all these Batman.
I didn't care for the Star Wars stuff, but it is kind of cool to look at. This was a weird era for Star Wars.
Well,
toys.
this was when it first hit. 95 was when Power of the Force just hit.
Yeah, I
So
don't
people
know.
were just sapping these up like crazy.
Now, if you buy a Millennium Falcon, you get the whole set of Power of the Force at any retro store.
For $3.
You can probably buy the Falcon for $3.
120. Yeah, we can see what 122's got. Some GI Joe gargoyles, which is really cool.
That's cool. Gargoyle toys. Got to get
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Where you at? Which one were you saying?
You could just carry on. Actually, the next 123 or
Oh,
124.
that Daily
next.
Planet set's awesome.
That's the one I wanted to bring up. Do you Art Bailey? He wrestled.
Yeah.
His brother Matt has a Spider-Man room. He has every single Spider-Man toy, and he has that set, and he has it like all set up. It's like your toy room, but it's just all Spider-Man stuff specifically.
That's pretty cool.
I got pictures of it somewhere.
This
I really like that. The Sentinel's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you didn't have the Sentinel.
I never had a Sentinel toy.
No, I was a poor
you
kid.
hit the knees, and these feet pop out, and it would fall forward.
Oh man,
That's cool.
I relate to that so much as an adult.
My dad was a comic book. My dad was a comic book geek, so like I literally would just get Marvel guys every year. Like I had the Daily Buick play set. I had the Spider Slayer. He used to like because we only go there on the weekends, and he would take photos. And we found some photos of like him like positioning the guys like they do now, like figure photography.
Oh yeah,
With the Daily Bugle play set.
That's a sweet play set for sure. Yeah.
And then 124. This is right around Power Rangers movie, the first movies, and he had a lot of the cool leftover stuff from the show. This is the last page I have to really look at.
That Falcon Zord was always actually pretty cool.
It was really neat. I had the main 5, but I never had. My cousin had the Falcon Zord, so we used to bring it together. And yeah,
No
I only
white
had 2 of the
Tiger Zord?
Power Rangers. I had actually didn't McDonald's do like a Happy Meal where you could get
They had the-
Power
Yeah,
Rangers?
those are actually pretty cool.
they
for
had the
time.
morphers, and they had a Micro Machines one too for the movie.
No, it was like, it wasn't with the Happy Meal. It was one of those where you had to spend extra money if you got a value meal. And it came in like a little trifold bag. And
Yeah,
it
it's
has a
like a
logo
figure.
on the top. It had a figure, and then it had like a ride-along vehicle. That
Yes.
it wouldn't morph
Yes.
or anything, but you could sit the figure in the vehicle.
Yes. I had a bunch of those.
Yeah, so did I. Those were pretty cool.
So that's pretty much that. Like 92 was like a lot to look through, and honestly, a lot of the same stuff. 90. I don't know if they had a Sears 93 or 94. I struggled to find that. JCPenney really didn't have great toy stuff.
Did they not have Toy Story stuff in 95? Or was that like they didn't know it was going to be a
This
hit?
site
They
doesn't
didn't
have-
advertise
this site
it?
doesn't-
96.
This site for some reason doesn't have any toy.
No, he
Toys
meant
R Us
Toy
stuff.
Story. He meant Toy Story movie.
Oh,
Yeah, like the Toy
I don't
because
know.
95
I don't
it
think
came
they
out.
knew. I don't think they had the merchandise ready for that. To be
No,
honest
that
with
was
you,
one of the early
which
ones.
is pretty
huh?
wild because it kind of, it just seems like it would be tailor made for toys. I mean, it's
Yeah.
about toys.
yeah.
Well, I get it. It was the first
First
Pixar,
Pixar.
movie. I can see them not being
It
ready
was
with
not
the demand.
the first Pixar movie.
Well,
Whoa.
full feature length, right?
Yeah. I just will actually, all of you.
Yes, you did.
Original Spock.
There he is. Found him. Right there. See him?
I love that story because every time something like that happens, that's all I can think of in my head is original Spock.
I still yell it even if there's no one in the room that understands the reference. I just do it for me.
Yeah.
Now that we're
Original
older,
spot.
let's see what a microwave cost in 1982.
That's a good question.
Holy
I'll tell you what it costs you.
Good
Cancer.
God. Good Lord Almighty. I
That's
never
not.
would have. You should have
Whoa.
We should have guessed
Oh.
before you brought this picture up. Because I never would have guessed $450.
I had that exact microwave.
You could microwave a turkey in that damn thing.
Yeah.
probably
I
still
also
works
you could
today,
get brain
too.
cancer just standing in front of it.
Yeah. If you're pregnant, that's a quick way to get an abortion.
Where's the
Oh
toy?
my god!
That's why they cost so much, Johnny. It did multiple
Oh,
things.
that's
That's why so many people have them here in Texas.
a lot of politicians had a microwave.
And stairs.
And priests.
Yes.
Okay, so this is, I feel, a dying toy too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the horse.
That thing's
the
that
riding
is
horse.
a hazard and a half though. You get those
Yeah.
coils spread out,
Yeah,
the
but
little
I bet
happy
that thing-
horses.
I bet it like takes up a lot of space too.
Yeah,
they actually have a battle cat one of these.
they do. I've seen it.
It's
I had one of those as a kid. My godmother got it for me, and I rode it a couple times. And you get pinched once by those coils, you're done. You're never riding that damn thing again. That hurts so bad.
Where did it pinch you?
Right on the back of the leg.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
At least it wasn't a more sensitive area. That still
Yeah.
sucks.
Lego Space.
Oh man, I loved Lego Space.
Yeah.
This is the 82.
Why was that cat that one Lego castle always intrigued me? Like, why was it yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, I think because they didn't make any grays or anything from
Yeah,
watching
didn't
that
weren't
made
like
it
the
because
original-
they didn't want kids to make guns.
Yeah, we're like the original I forgot what the Lego people were called. It just my mind went blank. Little figurines, little Lego people. What are they called?
Yeah, they used to be just like little pegs. They didn't have arms or heads or
Yeah,
expressions.
yeah.
The
They
Mr.
looked almost more like chess pieces.
Where's all the Star Wars stuff?
What year is this?
82.
82?
This is
In between movies, man.
yeah, but you figure they're still pumping it out.
Yeah, but they're not advertising it.
Oh, the Matchbox car wash.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I want that so bad. I wanted so many of those Matchbox car sets, the play sets for sure.
I said that like Jacoby was sitting next to me, and I said something about like, oh, does your teacher like let you go play with his Matchbox cars in the back of the room? He was like, why would he let me play with them? Or I said with his Matchboxes. He goes, why would he let me play with the Matchbox? I was like, cars. Am
Yeah,
I
the
that
cars.
old? Am I that
Yeah,
old?
like now, like they'll sell like a mat that has like the roads on it, like for kids to roll their cars on. When I was a kid, like we would literally get paper and draw our own roads
Yeah.
back
There we
in
go.
my day.
The old Duke boys.
Yeah, that's not racist
Can't-
at all.
You ain't
Can't
selling
sell
that these
anymore.
days.
Yeah, you're not doing anything with it. I had a
Just
general.
good old boys,
Oh, that looks cool though.
meaning no harm. Merle Haggard will tell us all about it.
Uh-oh. We got an issue here. Matt is peddling the new Star Wars to this young, impressionable youth.
What is he peddling?
This porg.
Oh, he's got him a porg.
And he likes it. This impressionable youth. He likes this
You
porg.
could at least got him a baby Yoda.
Ah.
Oh, see, here we go. 82 GI Joe just came out.
That playset's pretty sweet.
I've never seen
That
it.
is pretty cool. Looks almost like a Death Star.
I bet Snowjob would work there.
I bet he would.
Joe Snowjob came out in the second wave.
I just got Will actually.
Oh, I thought he didn't come out till later in the line. That's very brave
No,
of him.
I thought we figured it. I think there we go. 82.
This is the
Ah, look
rarest
at this
we're looking
rubbish.
for this.
82.
Now I have it on good authority that the Skeletor figure is pretty sweet though.
It's nice. I always wanted the spacesuit, like the spacesuit, and then when the Origins one came out, they didn't have the spacesuit in it, and it really,
Skeletor, where am I?
just really upset me. Here we go. Oh yeah,
Upset.
the micro collection. How do you guys feel about this and that effect?
That was a huge bomb. That was a big fail for them. I like the Micro Machine ones that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, but that was never a my go-to. That was like, I got $20 in my pocket to burn. I want to get something Star Wars. They're all out of figures. Can't afford a vehicle. Well, I might as well get this.
I think my brother had the um this part of the Bespin one. I'm like blanking.
I can't believe we've talked
Carbon,
an hour and a half
carbonite
about this.
freezing chamber.
It's so easy. See,
Is
here we
it?
go. Here's more Star Wars.
Look at that
was
Wampa.
Oh, I want that Walker though. That Walker's pretty sweet.
you put it in the back, get a little button, and the legs go.
Put it in the back.
I love how
Get
they
down
just
on the night.
repurposed a lot of this stuff in the late 90s and early 2000s. Like, they didn't even hide it. Same molds. Sometimes, like that AT-AT, it's the same one that came out in the 2000s.
So,
Look how many tabs Andrew has open. It's got
I know.
100 tabs.
so my brother got this for Christmas one year, and there's a picture of me pulling his hair because I wanted to play with the AT-AT there,
That makes sense.
or what we
Yeah.
used to call it back in the day.
Now, let me ask you this. Does he still have hair?
No, he has better
Ah,
hair as
okay.
me.
I'm going to say that'd be retribution.
Look at these. Jeez.
Well, that's. I mean, you're dressing your daughter up as a flight stewardess. Come on, what are you doing?
Wait. Let me keep the page up. I forgot who's with us. Well, we
That's
got
hot.
we got slot cars going here.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I think I'm good here.
I think you're maxed out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bennett's in love
27.
with this porg.
There's 27.
Oh, the
tabs
tabs.
open.
Jeez.
I was gonna X out, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it roll.
It's, your computer's going to explode.
Nah, it's good. It's good. Look, the official Die Hard
Oh man, great Christmas movie.
before Die Hard even came out.
I
Is
like
that like
that it
the
tells you what
tool?
it does. It says it goes for room. I'm glad it tells me that.
For $60 in 1982.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know it went for room if it didn't tell me their advertisement.
Hey,
Hey,
It's
well, I would like to be in that meeting. Hey, how can we get across that this Jeep goes for room? I got an idea, said one guy.
let's just put
I like
vroom.
how it doesn't say vroom, like VROOM.
It's a va room.
Va room.
Yeah.
Like va va voom. Va va vroom.
Bah,
Well,
bah.
it's a fancier Jeep. So it doesn't room at va rooms.
Oh, okay.
This is the final one. Just 2017 is the last one they
It's
got.
going to be so depressing.
There's nothing fun in this. I can
No.
tell.
Come on, recliners. And it's probably like, what, 20 pages? Clothes. Psh. When did
100
Sears really stop selling toys? It was like, it had to be like mid 2000s where they just got out of
Video
the
games
game.
and all that, they cut
Be-
out.
before when did I work there? I worked there what 2001, 2002? Around in
Okay.
there. So there was video games because I got an Xbox, my Xbox from there. And there was a PlayStation, and then that's around the time Attack of the Clones came out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
2002,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember playing when I was actually supposed to be doing patrols for security, I would play the Attack of the Clones on the PlayStation that they had set up.
Smart.
But there was-
Oh, yeah.
But there was no toys. So it had to be before. That's when they took out Nintendo World from there.
Now they're putting it at Universal Studios.
At least we
It's
get
just
Harry
not-
Potter's Wizarding World. Have a great time.
It's just not the same.
No,
But-
that's different from Nintendo World. One's wizards, one's a plumber.
Oh, I get them
Well-
confused.
It was a nice place to work. Like they would have employee appreciation night where they would shut down the store and everything in the store was like 10% off plus your employee discount. And then there'd be other sales going on, and then you could invite family members to go shopping as well.
I remember the reason that I even got a job at Best Buy because I really wanted that discount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love that too. Then you go to these stores and it's only like 10%. Like I worked
That's
at Dick's Sporting Goods, and they're like, "Yeah, you got to buy our stuff to wear to work. It's like $70, but you get 10% off."
I don't know. I remember I got one of those big when we were like young people, those big CD players that you put in your room were a big deal. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the first big purchase I got with my check from Best Buy, and I saved like $30 on that thing. And I was very happy with myself.
Home Depot does not give an employee discount.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Just
You
up
guys
yours
just
if
take
you need
it,
home
right?
repair.
Yep. But I get the discount. They do have a lovely 10% veteran discount
Oh yeah. Well, they should at least have that.
because that stuff's expensive.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Just like a microwave in 1982.
Yes.
Now you could just like go
That's
to Walmart.
mind-boggling.
You could just go to Walmart and get one for like $60.
Yep.
What's a TV going for?
I was literally about to ask that.
Oh.
Those big heavy TVs. Those
Oh,
things
look
have
at
to be
that
expensive.
beautiful cabinet.
What do you think?
I
This
got a
is
remote.
19 inches, guys.
Yeah,
530.
I can't compete with that. 19
What do you
inches.
think of like a nice console TV goes for?
No wonders women back then were more satisfied with their husbands. I mean, they're
Yeah.
pitching this big screen, 19-inch.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Nowadays, this is just like 70 inches, and that's like moderate.
I always wanted to know what my grandma's
Big
like,
screen, 19
big-
inches, and
My-
colored.
My grandma's big floor television set she had that had to weigh 1,000 pounds. I always wondered what that thing went for.
I want one of those so badly. I don't know where I'd put it, but if I found a room, I would get one. Look at this.
It's ridiculous how heavy they were back then.
Little 5-inch go anywhere TV.
Yeah, see, that's what I tell all the ladies. Like, it's not as big, but I can go anywhere with this.
Go anywhere for almost $300.
And honestly, 5 inches is plenty.
Look
You
at
know,
boxes.
I can
Yeah,
do a lot. I can do a lot.
5
with
inches
5
is more
inches.
than enough.
Yeah, you can do a lot with 5 inches.
You can do a hell of a lot more with 5
Yeah.
inches. Let's be honest, guys.
Just a
So is this nostalgia funhouse or the panel discussion?
The
Yeah.
best thing about panel discussion is like we can say all the things we want, but on here we got to be even more creative, which is why this show is probably a little better because we
I
can't just
see.
come out and say this stuff, but we can get right to the edge.
Look at
Look
this.
at
That's
that
about
8-track player.
I was
Man.
gonna say that's what we're missing in this world.
Yeah.
Here's
You know, like
talk
records
radio.
came back.
Everybody
Yeah,
had
they
that
did.
alarm clock.
They did.
So
Everybody.
records are back. Do you think
Yeah.
cassettes or 8-tracks are ever making their way?
You know what though? There was a bit of a cassette boom when Guardians came out.
That's
Okay.
true.
They,
yeah.
they were selling that Sony Walkman, and
Yeah,
they
that's
they
true.
were selling that on cassette. There was a little bit of a bit, and then it just kind of it went.
People
away.
realized how irritating it is to fast forward and rewind a
Yeah.
cassette to get to a certain
Yes.
track.
To try and
the
get
sound
it
quality
perfectly.
is so much worse.
Yep.
Than a CD or a record.
Here we go.
Look at that bad boy.
You have one
This
of those.
reminds me of like The Wedding Singer, the scene where the guy's like hyping up his new stereo system.
I know he had a CD player.
Sure did.
This was the ultimate right here with the cabinet, the 2 giant speakers.
So what we need more of is wood paneling on appliances.
I concur.
and
And your
cars.
video game system.
Yes, I miss it in cars.
Yeah.
Don't forget about
Where's
your
this-
video game
What happened to
system.
the station wagon with the wood paneling? That was a classic.
So good.
These are great stuff. But I think that's about it.
If you're listening to this, just know that Andrew has like it's got to be over 30 tabs open now.
I do it for the fans.
I hope it's not too expensive when you close all those tabs out.
I'm gonna close them right now.
Don't leave your card there overnight. They're not going to give it back to you the next morning when you're sober.
See my lovely family before they started to annoy me. We lost Johnny.
We did?
No, my screen always freezes if I'm on here for too long and it's
Oh.
frozen. I hear y'all just fine though.
Oh, okay. What are you doing over there, Johnny?
I think that's it.
Trying to figure out what to do
for-
with this. Trying to figure out what to do with these 5 inches.
I think we're gonna just wrap this up and
That's
Is that what you're going to do those 5 inches, Johnny? Let's wrap it up.
so
like Christmas present. Yeah, the
Yeah.
yeah Christmas.
With that being said, what may not be nostalgia for you may be nostalgia for some.